From the very first project, you come to realize that it's never been about how talented you are, but it's more of how well can you manage the time that is given to you to think critically and adapt under pressure. Long nights, sleepless nights actually, tight deadlines, endless revisions, juries and everything. It's all part of the journey. But you're passionate and you want to make it. Then today I want to come with that, my channel, I'm going to be talking about how or what it takes to be making it in architecture or even any other major, because we often go in there because we love it, and then the reality is. So yeah, I'm gonna be, we're gonna be talking about the challenges that I faced along the journey up to now, and some tips that I'm using to be making my life a little easy. So yeah, stay tuned and we go on in it. Architecture has many challenges, and I think the hardest one is learning how to be both productive and creative. Creativity takes time, but in architecture, this is not working like that. Deadlines, they don't wait. You're expected to be bringing ideas, practical ideas, at a very, very hard and tight deadline. And actually, we don't even care of how long it takes you to actually come up with something that is creative. And at the same time, you got revisions and other classworks with other responsibilities all together on you. Along my way, despite the challenges and the tight deadlines, I found some tricks for myself to be helping me so I can be able to handle it a little easier. And the thing is, I divided my workflow into some phases. And I decided to be taking a work after the other at a particular time given. Even if sometimes it's not really working and, I'm just going over time doing the thing that that I'm not even supposed to be doing at that time. That's another challenge that I'm facing, but it still helps a lot, especially when you're on a tight deadline. You gotta be putting the time, and eventually, sometimes it works. And sometimes you just gotta put something on a paper and refine it as you go instead of waiting for long before doing it. Perfection, the enemy of progress. Deadlines. You're gonna hear about this a lot today. They are insane. They don't care whether you're ready with your ideas or not. They just want you to be given it. You remember these days you're running all the day along without even, having slept at night. And you still gotta have to get that presentation ready. It's almost now a right for all architecture students. At the beginning, we thought, okay, we can manage the time and make it. But at the end of the day, reality hits and you find out that you got a lot of things to do and you almost got no time and you don't even know how to make that out. But somehow, pressure forces us to be resourceful. And then we find ourselves being faster at taking decisions, learning shortcuts, and doing things a little fast. But still, it takes us nights. And I would say architects themselves, they measure their time in how long nighters it took to get that project ready. A new, unit of measurement of time. Now let's try to talk about a tool that are required to be doing architecture. Alright, at the beginning, I thought I just wanted myself a PC and a couple of pencils and I'm good. But it's not the case. It takes way too much. Like way too much. I got a lot of A3 papers in my living room and I always look like a studio. Alright, just for that. For my laptop, I'm currently using the MacBook Air M1 from 2020. Yeah, not the powerhouse that you would expect for me to be using, but this little guy handles pretty well all the text that I'm throwing at it. Even if I'm still thinking about upgrading it to the M4 that was released very recently for some reasons. 50% of higher performance than the M1 is something to really be taken in consideration in order to upgrade my laptop. Just that I mentioned the computer that I'm using to be doing all my architecture work, I would also mention that this is the same computer that I'm using to be making my YouTube videos edit. And yeah, I'm shooting all that on the Sony a7S III. Yeah, the same camera that's just right there. Crystal clear visuals. Yeah, like really. And very good in low lights. It's Sony though. And for the lightning, not even pay no mind. It's a Namoran 200X. These gears are from my creative space, and yeah, I can be using them to be talking to y'all guys. Well, architecture is a very challenging measure, but still there is something kind of rewarding when you fill up like the work that you had to do, it has taken you long nights to get done with the project. But when you're done with that project, there is a type of relief that you feel, and it's not just that you're relieved, but you have brought to life something that is going to be a shelter, a place where people are going to be living, and you're going to be sharing experience to these people while they're going to be living in there. And this is kind of the purpose behind it that makes architecture. All right, you might not just talk to everybody, but if you're an architecture student, you can relate to what I'm talking about. Well, what does it take to make it in architecture or any other major out there? There is that moment that we think it's going to be easy because we're passionate and we love it, but it's not sufficient. It takes resilience, willingness, creativity. You got to push through all the challenge that will be thrown at you. And it's not as easy as we think it is. Reality soon just eats and realize that we're not longer childs or kids. Things could become way complex. But we're passionate. We love it. And we keep doing it. It takes all the things that I just mentioned. You got to be resilient. You got to be, pushy on yourself. You got to have to break through all these challenges coming your way. It takes all that. Then if somebody made it out in any measure, whether it's creative or let's say more technical or engineering stuff, it's just not easy for nobody. If you're on the same journey, I'd like to hear your experience. So drop a comment down below. If you found the video appealing to you or helpful, consider subscribing. It just costs nothing, but it's helping us, to be growing all these, the platform, and keep coming up with way good contents than the one that we did previously. I think we're done from here. That was Sean. That's all for me today. See you next time.